I was a good football player, and I had a chance to play with some great players. If you check your ego at the door when it comes to comedy, you've got a pretty good shot at making a great movie that you can commit yourself to, you can jump off the proverbial cliff with, and have a great time, and the audiences respond to that. It's the philosophies of being an athlete that carried me today. Before ever meeting Priyanka Chopra, I had heard her name coming out of Bollywood and was impressed. She was beautiful, talented, had made nearly 50 movies, earned multiple awards, a massive star. When I was 8 years old, I saw Raiders of the Lost Ark in Charlotte, North Carolina. I walked out of there and was so inspired. I loved the movie, and I knew I wanted to be that guy. When I was a kid, I never thought much about football. I thought about following in my family's footsteps and going into professional wrestling. One of the skills I had to learn and become proficient in is kissing a man. I had never kissed a man. Will Smith did it in his movies. So did Jake Gyllenhaal, and I figured it was my time. So it was me and Steve Carell fantastic. Knew early on that I wanted to entertain in some form. And I knew I would work as hard as anyone to do it. Some of the kids in school used to call my father a fake or a phony. That kind of thing brought on a few fights. As we all know, sequels can be tricky. My mom cleaned toilets for a long time, and she'd seen a lot of terrible things, but she was still the strength of our family. And there are women like that all across the country, all around the world, who show that type of fortitude. The sexiest thing that a woman can do, wear, and say all fall under one word to me: subtlety. To be subtle in the things that she does, and the things she says, and the things she wears. I appreciate the details. My grandfather was one of the very, very first, if not the first, Samoan wrestlers to become known on a worldwide basis. I break ground. I trailblaze. We all live with cancer, whether it is present in ourselves or affects someone we love. I was a bit challenged when I was younger to stay on the right path. In wrestling, there's a shelf life, and some wrestlers don't pay attention to the shelf life. As an athlete, you'd better laugh at yourself when you slip in the mud. It is no surprise that animation is Hollywood's most successful and innovative genre. I've been through natural disasters. I lived down in Miami, and was down there for Hurricane Andrew, which was a Category 5. There were members of my family that thought they were going to die. Everyone was in the bathtub.